People love it when you remember things about them, right? If they say, oh yeah, man, I use this protein, it says chocolate, but I hate chocolate flavors, and they come in here, and they're coming in here for a free shake, and like, oh, well, you don't like chocolate, right? They're gonna love that. So these little things you're gonna go, listen to people, okay? This is what building rapport is building a trust. So conversing. Where are you from? This is a good question. See if they're from the area. Whenever I ask them where they're from, like, oh, I'm asking you, have you been down the street to All About Healthy? Like, no, what's that? It can lead into the invitation, right? So questions are going to lead you in there. Where do you work? Oh, I work at this store down the street. Oh, do you like it? It pays the bills. Well, how long you work there? Oh, 2 years. You're going to work there forever? You see what I'm saying? I'm leading into, I have this opportunity I think you might want to take a look at, right? We're health coaches. This is what we're looking for. So these are really cool things. I don't know if there are any questions. Conversing, I love having a good conversation with people. Sometimes I will go talk to people. I don't always ask for a number. I don't. But I do like to just conversate with people. Why is that? Because it keeps the muscle strong, right? You want to work out. So you don't have to go as heavy as you can every single time and get a phone number, but you can just rep it out and just get a couple conversations in. Keeps you moving.
That'll help you get confidence too.
Absolutely, confidence builder. So really, really important. And then the last part is getting the phone number. So this is really important. Frank is really good with getting the actual phone number. How do you pull the phone out when you're getting the number? Well,
can we get a demo?
We can get a demo here. So let's say, so stand up. So let's say Frank has just talked to me. Okay, he's got his phone, probably out already, and he had just gone a conversation.
I usually walk up with my phone in my hand like this.
Phone in your hand. Why is that? So you can pull it out. Now this is the big thing. It's very important. If you have your phone in your pocket, okay, this is very important. These little tricks and stuff are going to help you guys in the long run. If you have your phone in your pocket and you say, oh, well, let me get your number, he'll be like, oh, and he has his phone out first, he's getting your number and you're never going to get contact. Okay, do you see what I mean? So I'm always have my phone out ready and I'm always like, hey, let me get your number, and I pull the phone out right away.
As I'm saying, like, hey, let's swap info, I already got the phone out, right. I'm already got his name entered.
Exactly, so he sees it and he's going to do it. And this is true. These are little things, guys, and wording is very important.
Let me get your contact info.
Right. Wording is very important. Don't say, hey, can I have your number? What if they say no? Okay, awkward, right? I don't want that.
Can I get it?
Can I get your number? No.
What about your email?
Yeah, so the biggest thing is wording here, guys. Wording is very key on this whole situation, this whole thing. One thing, you don't want it to be awkward, because it is awkward if you say, hey, can I have your number? And they say no. It's very awkward. You want it to be very smooth, like you've done it before, like it's not a big deal. You're getting a phone number. If you act like it's a big deal getting a phone number, the person will notice that and they will make it a big deal and say, I don't know. But if you say, all right, yeah, just let me get your number, man, I'll shoot you a text. That was very smooth. Like, oh, okay, it's very confident. It's nothing. It's not a big deal giving out my number, okay? Because not everyone's used to giving their number out when they talk to a stranger for 5 minutes. But if you make it very comforting and you're confident in it, they will give you your number. And this is the key, okay? This is very, very, very good. Remember, wording is very key. And like I said, act like it's not a big deal. You pull the phone out and say, hey, let me get your number. I'll shoot you a text. We'll get you in here, okay? So the invitation, depending on what you want it to begin with, whether it's a health coach, whatever you've been talking about, if you're like, hey, I want to be a health coach, you're like, hey, well, I got interviews tonight at 5. Let me get your number. I'll shoot you a text with the information, and we'll get you in here as soon as possible. Or if it's a wellness side, hey, let me get your number. I'll set up an appointment with you so you can get a body fat test done and get yourself a free shake. You know what I mean? And you get their number. You can give them an invite afterwards. That's just fine. You can give them a flyer or a card, whatever you want. But always get the contact information. If you don't get the contact information, and that was your goal, it's a loss. How are you going to get a hold of them? If they walk away with your card and you don't walk away with their information, you don't control what happens next. And if you don't control what happens next, nothing's usually going to happen. It's not their fault. It's not like they're saying, I don't want to talk to you. They're going to forget, right? This is your business to run, so you need to be in charge of it by getting the numbers and making sure you're on top of things. I mean, this is...
I was going to say another thing, try not to sound too desperate trying to get a number, because that's what we were taught when I was a recruiter.
Definitely.
People pick it up like that. If you sound too desperate trying to like go in straight for the number, they'll pick it up right there. And that sometimes will shut them off, and you're screwed.
Definitely. Some of the biggest mistakes I see when people are getting numbers right away is they're very nervous. And when they're very nervous, they go straight to the invite. They don't talk. They don't have a conversation. They just go, hey, how are you doing? Have you been all about health? We're looking for health coaches. That's it, right? There's no conversation. And these numbers are weak. They're weak. They're very weak. The people are like, oh, I'll give you a number because I feel bad for you. Or they might not give you a number, or they're not interested. Half of them are going to say no, and you're going to walk away having to talk to a lot of people in order to get your 5 numbers. Whereas if you follow a good structure and you put it in play, you guys are gonna get numbers every single time. I mean, I think I had my best streak was like 22 straight phone numbers, and I had 1 no. 22 phone numbers in a row is great. It takes me 30 minutes.
Another thing you could do is call them right there on the spot. See if
Make
you
sure.
feel like it's a fake number, whatnot. Just be like, hey, I'm going to call you, so you can have my number and you know it's me.
Absolutely.
Because do you answer a number that you don't have saved in your phone? Nobody really does. So if you call them right there on the spot, be like, hey, yeah, just put it down as Jason.
Right.
And you'll know it's me.
Definitely. And another thing we like to do, we don't really, as like, if we're looking for health coach, we're looking for whoever, I mean, we really don't explain too much because I'd rather do the presentation here. So make sure you guys aren't doing what we call the throw up, where you throw up information on them. It's true. You get their number and then you start explaining to them what they're going to get when they come in. They're going to get this shake, this, that, and they're like, they don't know. They just want to come in and see what you have to offer, right? So let the presentation be the presentation. You don't have to do it all at once when you get the number. Keep it very simple.
Keeps them interested in
Exactly.
piques of interest.
And one thing too, so one thing I've also learned is when you get the number, try and set up a time for like, get the appointment on the spot. This is very important. If you can get an appointment on the spot, I mean, especially that day, they're still excited, right? If you say, hey, well now I got your number. Are you busy at 5 today? We have interviews, and they're like, oh. I'm busy today. How's tomorrow? I'm like, well, I'm open. I got a 2 o'clock. I always have a schedule, right? And I always make myself sound more busy than I really am. This is just the way I like to do it. Like, I got a 2 o'clock open, 3 o'clock, and then a 5 o'clock. And they're like, okay, this guy's really busy. This is important. I want to make sure I don't miss this appointment, right? That's what goes on in their head. So you say, okay, I have 5 o'clock. Okay, let's do 5 o'clock. This is the address. Are you ready for it? They get the address right there on the spot. I'll see you at 5, dress casual. This is HOM, and I explain. It's going to be a quick overview of the program, and then we're going to do one-on-one interview. How's that sound? Like, awesome, this sounds good. Very nice to meet you. On your way. Let them go. Look forward to meeting you. Very, very simple. Keep it professional. I mean, I try not to, unless I match and mirror with the people, right? I try and see what type of people they are. I don't usually call them man or bro when I'm talking to them. It's usually pretty professional. I am the owner of my own business, and as the owner, I'm very professional about it. So when I'm getting your number, I'm going to be professional. When I shoot you a text, if I text you, it's going to be a professional text. If I leave a voicemail, it's going to be professional. For you guys that haven't called my voicemail and heard it, it's very professional, right? Just like everyone's here, very professional as well. So we have, we want to be professionals in what we do. If we're a professional health coach, we got to act like it. And so then, as a last little bit for today, and then we're going to have another class next week, it's going to be really incredible. We're going to have a little bit of homework, so I want everyone to just write this down. I want everyone to watch a video by Anthony Robbins. So if you guys go on YouTube and then type in Anthony Robbins rapport, okay, I want you guys to watch that video. Once again, Anthony Robbins rapport. Watch that video, and it's an incredible video about how to talk to somebody, how to build the trust with somebody. And this is going to help you guys in getting phone numbers, help me along the way. Definitely help you. And then talk to 5 people, right? I don't know if 5 numbers every day is in your DMO. If it is, then I hope you talk to 20 people by next Monday. But as long as everyone has 5 phone numbers by Monday, awesome. If you guys get some no's, I want you to take note of them and note how they said no, okay? Because next week we're going to talk about no's and talk about how people say no, even when they're not saying no. Maybe they're just saying no, not right now, whatever it is. So I want you guys to take note of the people you do talk to, whoever says yes, how many you talked to, how many said yes, and then we're going to go over the numbers on Monday, and we're going to push from there. Very excited. Who here has their BYB ticket already? Raise your hand. Majority of us. So everyone, you want to get your BYB ticket. This is the Build Your Business training. This is going to be on May 10th. This is very big. It's in Temecula. Our organization runs it. I mean, very, very great training. You're going to get some inside information on getting numbers, DMOs, just really working your business and moving up the marketing plan. So definitely get your guys' ticket. If you guys don't know where to get your tickets, go to your sponsor, let them know. And then we're going to see you guys next Monday at 7 o'clock. So thank you. Oh,
I have a quick question.
What's your
What
question?
happens when you're talking to people, I've encountered this before, is they ask for a business card.
Okay, and instead of getting a phone number,
Right, or they just ask for it anyways.
Frank says his thing is, I don't carry business cards, or I don't use business cards because I'd rather just get a contact information. And you know what? Hey, that's perfectly fine. If that's the truth, that's the truth.
Every time.
They say, okay, I understand.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you don't have to explain why. You can explain why. If you have a business card, I get their number first and then leave them a business card. Right? If you want to do that, you can. That way, just in case they do ask and you have one, even though. But make sure you get the number first. It's tricky. If they say, oh, can I just have a business card? Be like, you know, I'd rather just get your contact information. That way we can talk information.
But couldn't that sound too desperate though?
This is what I say. I say I don't carry cards because I give them out and people don't call me back. It's a waste of money. And they're like, I understand, that is a waste of money.
Okay.
I'm not going to call you if you give me a business card. And they give me the contact.
because I've never had, I've honestly, as business, invites are different, okay? Invites to a nutrition club for a free smoothie are completely different, and you'll probably get return on that. And you'll get people that will actually come in. But if I give you just a business card, honestly, I've given out business cards and with a lot of no return, right? So I want to get contact information every single time. And so yeah, you will get that, but just to explain them, I'd rather get contact information, we'll stay in touch that way, right?
Speaking of getting their information, you know how you said like you pull out your phone, like their name's already inputted, like you're just waiting for their number? When do you ask them for your name and any trick
I shake
on
their hand.
remembering it?
Okay, so
Well, because if
names.
you're like, well, how much does polar bear weigh? Like,
Names are very important.
when you
Names are very, very important, and I want you guys to focus on this. So the next time you go, if you know your problem is to not remember names, I have a terrible time remembering names. Terrible time. I mean, honestly, like, I can't remember names for anything. You could tell me, and 2 seconds later, I didn't even hear you say it to me. You know what I mean? I'll ask for your name. Yeah, I'm Travis. You say Jeff, and I just forgot. So it's very important that when you say it, one trick I like to do is I say it 3 times, sometime in the conversation. Say, all right, I'm Travis. I say, hey, how much does a polar bear weigh, right? This is a funny one. They say, I don't know, enough to break the ice. Hey, I'm Travis, how you doing? You shake that, and they're like, what the heck? All right, they shake. I'm Jeff. Like, hey, Jeff, how you doing, man? And then I said it once, and then I try and say it again. Well, Jeff, where are you from? Right? People actually love it when you use their name. It's their name, right? It's incredible. The power of a name is incredible. So if you can use it as much as you possibly can, it will definitely help you guys. So say it 3 times somewhere in the conversation. And you know that that's a problem, so you'll focus on it when you go to talk to someone.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? Your
I
focus,
blank on it. Like,
your focus when you go is going to be like, Jeff, and you're going to try and use it in a sense. As soon as you try and use it, you will remember every time. And then one thing I do when I get contacts, so I put it in my phone, and then I have a note section. I have an iPhone, so I have a note section. I'm sure other phones have these note sections. I put the day, whatever date it is, and then I put their name, what I got the number for, so it'll be like John Smith, HOM, text him, because I said I was going to text him, and then Marine, because he was a Marine, right? Or I say John Smith, text gymnastics, if he's a gymnastics guy, or whatever he is. I try and put a little information in there, right? That way I can kind of remember who he is, and it helps me in my brain. And that way I remember, so at the end of the day, I can see all the numbers, and I can make sure I got a hold of all of them. And then like, I usually text people the next day or that night, depending on the appointment, and then I'll reach out to them, make sure I got every single one, and go over through them, right? Any other questions?
are we gonna go over like maybe next week the follow up after you get in contact?
Absolutely. Next week is going to be the follow-up. Like I said, your homework is if you can get 5 phone numbers by Monday, which should be very easy. Then we're going to go over what do we do after the numbers. If you guys get 5 a day and you end up with 20, get with your sponsor. We're going to be able to help you guys throughout the process. So if like you go out and get 5 numbers tomorrow, like what do I do now? I want to help them. Then let us know. We'll help you until then. And then Monday we're going to go over follow-ups. What kind of rejections there are, what kind of positive feedbacks you get, and what you guys did when you went out there and did your homework and talked to people, and what you thought of the report video by Anthony Robbins. So make sure you guys watch that. Does anyone have any other questions? We'll close out. That's all we got for the day, so thank you guys for coming. So